and welcome back to another video. We don't have a vlog today because I decided to just spend some time with family and my girlfriend and not actually film too much, and so there's no vlog footage. I did film a little bit before Christmas of me making some paper, which will be in the vlog next week, so there is that to look forward to at least, but I didn't want to upload a vlog that was going to be just a bit boring and a bit simple, so I thought today we would actually have a look at some of the gifts I received. So everyone knows that my thing is art, so I receive a lot of art gifts and I'm very, very blessed, and I've been very, very spoilt, and so I am very aware of that. So don't get me wrong, I'm aware this is a lot of art supplies and I'm very much spoilt. But I thought I would go through them all and show you some stuff that I have received, and you'll probably see in upcoming videos. If you hear a little bell, that is Freddie. He is wandering around, and as you can see, I'm filming in my living room. I didn't want to have to take all of this upstairs for me to bring it back down for me to play around with in front of the TV, so I thought I would just film down here for a change. And I'm very aware there's some empty frames in the background. We have a map wall up there. It's like a metal map of the world, and we have frames around it that we plan on filling with adventures to those places around the world, and kind of having them linking to the bits of the map that we've been to. But because we're thinking of moving, there's no point filling them all now and not for having the space for it in the future. So we have left them empty for now. So I thought I would point that out before anyone says anything about my empty frames back there. But yes, let's get started. Firstly, I received a set of 48 Arteza. These are water brush pens. I received in a scroller box some Zig brush pens, and they are very much like this. They've got real bristles as the nib, not a felt tip, and they are water based. Hello Fritz. And they're just really perfect. They blend really well. You can add water to them to make them into a bit more of a watercolor, and I really wanted these as kind of to keep me a bit more loose. I seem to be doing very polished pieces, and I wanted to do a bit more of loose pieces, and I thought these would help. And I thought they'd also add on to the watercolours really well. So I'll show you little clips as I'm talking of me using them, and the colours and a bit closer up. But the nibs for these, so this is kind of what the barrel looks like, and then we have the nib is like this, and it is real brush bristles there, so that's really cool, and I've tested them all out already and they're really, really nice. Next I received some Winsor & Newton gouache paints. So I've been wanting to try gouache for a while. Gouache? I don't know. But this is some Winsor & Newton designer gouache, and it's a set of 10 tubes, and there's some really nice colours in there. And I've actually already painted a piece with them to test them out. So I'll show you that now. I did it in my sketchbook, and I'll tell you the little story as to why I've done this as a subject. So I've been at my mum's over Christmas for a fair few days, and there's two little doves that sit on the tree outside my mum's living room window, and they are so in love. Every time you look up there, they are preening one another and snuggling into one another, and they're just, you can see where the term lovey-dovey comes in. They're just beautiful. So I thought I would do a little study of those on the tree, and I did it in my gouache. So there's the study. I'm trying not to cover my mouth because then you won't be able to hear what I'm saying. So that's the study of them. I'll do a close-up of that as well. The light in here is a little dim because if I open the blinds anymore, I'm going to get those rays of light on my face, which I didn't want to do for the video, so that's why it's a little bit dull in here. But yeah, I did a little study in those, and I absolutely love the gouache. the thing with it was I've been really playing around with watercolors a lot lately, and really learning how to layer up thin layers of those, and so I went into it almost using it like that, but they're obviously a lot more opaque, and so I really had to almost change gears, which it just turned out to be a lot harder than I thought, and I really had to change my way of thinking and way of using them, which then actually brings me on to the next supply. So this actually wasn't a gift off anyone. I entered a giveaway with the London Graphic Centre on Instagram, and now usually around Christmas you see giveaways from every single company you follow, and I usually enter all of them every year and never ever get a look in with them, and I actually won, and I think I won the best giveaway that they were doing this month, and it was a set of 72 Liquitex Basics. Now the box is a little tatty. I took it to my mum's because I wanted to try them out, and I think I will take them out of the box and put them in some different storage because it's not particularly great. But look at this mammoth box of paints. It's incredible. This is filled with 6 trays of paints. So let me get out one to show you the size of them. So they're smallish tubes like this, but there's a lot of paint in that, and they are such good quality. I did some tests. I kind of used the tip of these and just dabbed on the paint just to see what it was like. I have used some of these whilst they were drying just as a bit of paint. And look how beautiful the colours are. There's such a wide range of colours. I'm really excited to use these, and I actually can't wait to use these. I think they're probably on par with Winsor & Newton Galleria, so it's kind of the student grade quality acrylics, but they're really good, and I think I'm going to create some really nice stuff with this, and I want to start painting with acrylics. But like I was saying, I kind of went from watercolours to gouache, and then I went on to acrylics, and it kind of threw me. It's definitely an art to trying to switch between different mediums, and I found it difficult for sure. And I did a little practice with them, which I'll just get from down here. So I was using my Etcher sketchbook, and other than this one here, these are all in acrylics. So I was just painting some flowers, kind of just playing around with them a little bit. And then this rose in the top corner here is actually done in those water brush pens, as well as another supply medium, which is pencil crayons. So I have a lot of pencil crayons, and I've recently been really delving into them, trying to learn how to use them a bit more. And I actually received a little, look how beautiful this roll is. It's a leather Faber-Castell roll, and it comes with some polychromos pencils, which I love. I received some of these in scrawler boxes, as I always do with my supplies. Every supply I try, I receive in a scrawler box first. And I've been loving these. They're so soft, they're so vibrant. And I had about 6 or 7 of them from 2 separate scrawler boxes. And surprisingly, those colours weren't in this roll of colours other than black and white. So I actually had a few colours to add to this roll, which is nice. And of course, I had to organise in rainbow order. So I received those. So that's what that rose is. It's got the brush pens underneath, and then I used my pencil crayons on top to colour them in. Question, do you call them pencil crayons or do you call them coloured pencils? Because I get mixed people telling me both of those, and some people say that pencil crayons is a kid's way of calling them, but I've just always called them that, so that's what I've always called them. Tell me in the comments below. So yes, I received that, which is amazing. I'm so pleased with those, and it comes in this beautiful roll caddy that I can take. So I've been going to the coffee shop quite a lot, so I'm happy to take those now. That's amazing. That can fit with my Etcher mini satchel to carry those in. So I'm really pleased with those. I'm so pleased with all of this stuff. I then also received a new tool to try, so you will probably be seeing another trying video where I try something new, and that is a wood burning tool, so we can do some pyrography. I'm super excited. This is a Hobbycraft one. It comes with multiple nibs. I've not actually opened the box to have a look at it yet, but I'm really excited to use this. I have some scrap wood around that I bought for when I was doing my wood carving video, so I'm excited. I think I'm going to try and do a piece similar to my inkings, because in a way I'm almost inking but with the burnt wood. So I'm hoping that I can translate my style into the wood burning and create some cool looking items that are really one of a kind, and maybe even offer those as commissions in the future, but we will have to see and not get too ahead of ourselves. I've been told in my goals video in the comments that I have set myself far too many goals to achieve and not be burnt out, which I agree with, and I'm very much aware, and I appreciate the comments and the concern, and I will definitely be prioritising my goals, that's for sure. And then next I received some silicone pots. So as you know, I do a lot of acrylic pouring, and annoyingly I use plastic cups, and I hate wasting them because obviously it's not recyclable. Well, it is, but it's bad for the environment, all the plastic. So I try and reuse them, but by doing that, when I mix my paint in there for the next batch of acrylic pours, they tend to flake off the paint from the previous pours, and then I get lumpy paint, and then that sometimes can ruin my pours. And so I bought these silicone pots so that once I've poured, I can clean out the pots and they can be reused, which is amazing and way more environmentally friendly. I'm really pleased. And I will probably try and recycle the pots that I have and just try and use these for the future, which is fantastic. I then received this watercolor workshop book. Now, as I mentioned, I've been really trying to do some more watercolor and really hone my watercolor a bit more. And this is, I think you do it in the book. I've not fully read it, but this has methods and techniques like wet on wet and things like that, but getting you to try out different things and different techniques a little bit more and create some different art using watercolors. And I think it will be fantastic to try out and use. It tells you a bit more about watercolor paper, all that sort of stuff, and I think it will be fantastic. Look how thick it is. It's going to take me a while to get through that, but I think it'll be fun. And again, going back to the Patreon that I mentioned in my 2022 goals, that I want to start offering maybe some more exclusive content on there when I do release it, and perhaps this can play a role in that, where we sit down and do a bit of this together. I don't know, we'll have to have a look, but this would be perfect for that sort of thing, so receive that. And then finally, art-wise, I received 2 Moleskine sketchbooks. You know, I finished these pretty quick, and I recently did a sketchbook tour, which I'll link at the top there, and that I've not received another sketchbook since then, so I've now got 2. One of them is a watercolour one, so I can continue my sketchbook series in the watercolour sketchbook. And then the other one is something a little bit different. So it looks the same, but it's actually a Japanese album, which is like a concertina paper. So I can use it as a normal sketchbook, but I can also create kind of ongoing art that links on pages. And it will be so much fun to try this. I've got loads of ideas going through my head, but if you have any for me to try, please drop those in the comments below, because I'm really excited, and I think we can create some really cool looking art in this, and hopefully have it all linking, or even not linking, but when you pull it out, it creates this long piece of artwork. I don't know, I've got so many ideas and I think it'd be really cool. But these I'm going to work on in the background. I'm obviously showing my A4 sketchbook, so these are in the background, and then you'll see a flip through at the end, and you might see the odd picture on Instagram, so do follow me on there. It's at LucyLocksArt, because I share a lot of my artwork that I don't show on here over there, so if you did want to see any of that, do follow me over there. And that is actually it for the art stuff that I received. I received some other bits, some clothes, and some puzzles actually to do with my girlfriend, so I'm really excited to do all that. Oh, finally, the last thing I did receive is a pottery throwing experience. So my girlfriend tells me it's about 3 hours, and it's actually not too far away from us, and we're hoping to book that this month. So I hopefully will film a little bit, we'll have to see, but I can tell you all about that when I do that in one of my vlogs, I'm sure. But that, I'm really excited about that. I've been wanting to try pottery for a while, and it's a taster session to learn how to throw pottery, which I think will be really loads of fun, won't it, Freddie? So yes, thank you very much for watching. I'm so very blessed to have all of this stuff, and I'm so very blessed to have you all following me. I hope you've had a lovely festive period, and obviously it's New Year's Eve today, so Happy New Year, and I will see you next year. Bye bye.